Jessica, Myles Serve on Sports Illustrated. I know I'm like the 1,000th person this week to tell you happy birthday, but happy birthday, you deserve that. I'm wondering on a scale of 1 to 10, how embarrassing is it to get sung happy birthday to like you were earlier on the court?
Very embarrassing. Well, my coach, so my birthday was actually yesterday, and the Tour, you guys asked me like, do you want a big thing? Do you not? Like, where do you come from? I was like, I really don't want something unless you guys had something planned, and like, I'm more than happy, but like, rather keep it low key. And so then of course my coach Mark was like, hey, the stringer needs to ask you a question. I was like, that's weird. And so I walk up and I'm like, please don't tell me that because he would definitely just go rogue and just be like, no, like you have to sing to her. So of course I walk into the players lounge and then everyone starts singing happy birthday. And the WTA lady was like, I told him, like you said no, but he said no, we have to sing to you. And he like basically trumped everybody. So I got some practice, I guess, with it yesterday. But it's pretty cool. It's always nice to get a win on your birthday as well.
Jessica, as representative of the top 10 this week, I just want to pose this question to you about the WTA's rules, about how many top 10 players can actually play the 250 events. I want to know if the players had any say into that decision, and do you think it actually helps the lower ranked players like they say it does?
You know, it's so hard to say because you can see both sides, right? Like, I mean, sometimes there's small tournaments like before, and if it was like a big week, like here before Indian Wells, you could have like a couple top 10 players, and maybe that doesn't benefit the lower ranked players who are getting into these tournaments and trying to gain points and gain momentum to work their way up to the bigger tournaments. But then at the same time, it's always tough when something like that happens, like with Madi, and she's not able to play. Although I will say, I think that was a pretty extreme, like kind of rare circumstance. So, I mean, I don't think she's killing herself over it. You know, she won Australian Open, so I think she's pretty happy. I know she did want to come play here because she kept asking me if I was going to play, and if not, if you know I pulled out and she takes the walk, she would still want to come here. But I think it's just it kind of depends on the player. I feel like for the answer to that question, some of them like it. I think some of the lower ranked players probably say otherwise. But again, I think with all the 500s we have, a lot of them upgraded as well, trying to make the tournaments bigger, more points, more prize money. And I think players, I don't think the transition actually was that bad when we upgraded a lot of 500s because there was just a lot more, and it's a lot more opportunity, more money, more points. So again, I think it was just kind of like an unlucky circumstance a little bit with Madi. I think it's good. I think it's good for the lower ranked players. And then obviously the one I think is enough.
Okay.
We'll do last one.
Okay, next up, Maria's Diaz. You haven't played her since the Australian Open a few years ago. What are some things in your game that you think might give you the upper hand in that matchup?
Yeah, I think I can hopefully use some of my versatility a little bit. I mean, I know how she plays. I remember the first time I played her, she also kind of came, out of nowhere. It was kind of an unknown, a little bit, player. And she got really hot during the Australian Open swing, and I had no idea of her game or how she played, and that can be kind of awkward. But I think even from that match, even though it was a few years ago, there's definitely some things I feel like I can do to kind of throw her off a little bit. So I'm hoping I can problem solve a little bit, play smart, but still play my game. But I think if things aren't going well, there are some things I can do to maybe get her off of her game, hopefully, things that I've been working on, things that I felt like I did a little bit last time I played her as well. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, but hopefully I can get the win.